Prime Time Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Hello and welcome to Primetime Local News. My name is Randy Cormish and thank you for joining us. Lloydminster is looking to focus more on the future of the city, reviewing the 20-year master plan for the city's landfill. The waste management services in the city have been assessed by administration, outlining its maximum capacity as well as tackling strategies to deal with the increase in waste as the years go on.
Dollar for dollar, the best value was to be run and operated by the City of Lloydminster. Doesn't surprise us, but we also looked at the waste to energy option, which spurred a lot of discussion at council. And I think that's one that will hopefully come back in this council potentially, or the next council, or the council after that, looking at technology that as it continues to change.
Lloydminster is hopeful that the provincial governments moving forward will be engaged with the city in the addition of new technologies in the landfill.
Is that something the provincial governments are going to regulate and mandate? Because we've seen that with the wastewater treatment plant, why we had to invest $81 million, because it was a federal requirement. That's as simple as that. So again, both federal and provincial governments play in this space, in the environment, so stay tuned. I think it'll be very interesting, and I'm looking forward to those conversations with our regional leaders.
Lloydminster will be hosting the 21st Cutter Rally for Cancer on February 22nd. It's an amazing event that is put on to raise money for cancer care. The 21st year of the rally, which will take place at the Lloyd X, includes some outdoor horse riding and also a banquet later in the night. There are many different opportunities to get involved in this great event.
Participate in one of four ways. They can either come as a teamster, where they bring their horse and team and their friends, and they go out through the course. We have, or by horseback. People can ride their horses and do their five stations and roll their dice. We have go stand opportunities. So if you can't get here for the night, you can still buy a ticket and still participate.
The event has had lots of success over the 21 years, raising over $200,000, and the money raised will go to great organizations.
The Lloydminster Health Regional Foundation, and as well, we also support Haying in the 30s. Haying in the 30s is another amazing organization that actually raises funds. They put a great day on in August at Maleg, and that event raises hundreds of thousands of dollars as well.
Tickets for the event are $65 and can be purchased at the Lloydminster Exhibition Groups or contacting one of the committee members at cutterrallyforcancer.com. It's a busy long weekend in Lloydminster. There's a chance to celebrate Family Day as the city hosts Winterfest on Monday. Heather Clagis has more in this week's edition of What's Happening.
Sharpen up your skates and get set for a whole lot of fun coming up on Monday. It's the Family Day long weekend, and the City of Lloydminster, they're hosting Winterfest, and there are a number of free fun activities that you and your family can enjoy at a number of different facilities in the city, including right here at Bud Miller Park. Bring your skates because there's going to be a skating party with a DJ. There's also an opportunity to take a horse-drawn wagon ride, plus some coloring in the nature room here at Bud Miller Park. If you head over to the BioClean Aquatic Center on Monday starting at noon, there's going to be free public swimming. Head to the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center on Monday. Winterfest, you've got an opportunity to try out curling with your family. If you head to the Lloydminster Museum and Archives on Monday, free admission. There's an opportunity to make a craft in the art studio, plus enjoy heritage activities and more. And the Service Sports Center, that is going to be a busy place on Monday. They have bouncy castles, a photo kiosk, live entertainment. There's going to be a craft room, the Guardian Fun Zone, an opportunity to play shinny with the Lloydminster Junior B Bandits, and so much more. For the full schedule, head online to lloydminster.ca. Winterfest, it's coming up on Monday. If you're looking for that next great read, if you're looking to discover maybe a new genre of book, the Lloydminster Public Library, they sure hope that you can join them coming up this weekend. On Sunday, they're hosting Blind Date with a Book, and this is an opportunity for you to take a look through different genres of books, all while enjoying light refreshments. It's a great way to find your next great read. This event, it's at the library coming up on Sunday. It's going to run from 2:30 p.m. until 4. And B. Fisher, they're hosting an online fundraising auction. Head to their website, bfisher.com. Starting tomorrow, you'll be able to preview all the items that are going to be a part of this auction. And then next Friday, February 21st, that's when the bidding will open up. Funds raised through this auction, they're going to go towards purchasing a wheelchair accessible van. bfisher.com for all the details. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, we hope you stay safe and stay healthy.
What's Happening is brought to you by Northern Factory Workwear, Circle Drive East, Saskatoon, and Highway 17 South, Lloydminster.
We'll have more primetime local news after the break. A local musician was just nominated for a Juno Award. I got the opportunity to speak with her. Today I'm joined with Eleni Young, who was just nominated for a Juno Award. So congratulations, Eleni. How did it feel when you first found out about the nomination?
I was so shocked. I actually took a video of it because, to be honest, so I wasn't expecting this at all. And I'm trying to be like an advocate for authenticity and honesty from artists to, fans and listeners. And so I set up a camera and I was like literally filming me not getting a Juno nomination. I was prepared to I even have a note in my phone where I had all the caption and everything written out for the reel, where I was going to say as an artist, how to deal with disappointment. And when you're, you put a lot of stock into something and then you don't get it. This is what it looks like as an artist to deal with disappointment. And then it happened. I literally freaked out. And one of the craziest things, and I don't know if this is a follow-up question or something, but I'll share that this year they actually threatened to eliminate the category that I was submitting for. So I know for a fact that a whole bunch of artists in the Christian and gospel genre had submitted projects this year, more than probably ever. And so to be selected out of all of those people, I don't even understand, but I'm so grateful. It's crazy.
Absolutely. And did you ever imagine when you first started your music career that you'd be nominated for a Juno?
No. I mean, it's what you hope for, but is it a reality? Probably not. Will it ever be a reality? Probably not. It's one of those things, where someone's somewhere and winning a Grammy or an Oscar or something, they're holding their award and they're like, if I could just tell my 9-year-old self, it really feels like one of those moments for me where I'm like, oh my gosh, I would have never, ever imagined myself here. And so I'm super grateful.
Yeah, exactly. And as a nominee for a Juno, how do you feel Canadian music is unique compared to American music, or how do you think it's different compared to that?
Well, I feel like the pool is just kind of smaller.
Yeah.
I know that there are a lot of Canadian artists that are doing the artist thing in the States. And so it's just kind of there's more doors to knock on. It's not necessarily that you have a better chance at opening them. It's just that there's more opportunities to kind of run at. And so in Canada, I feel like things also are changing, in a good way, especially in my little niche genre of the Christian and gospel sector. I see some really good things happening. I mean, I host an accelerator every Thursday. This is our first one, and there's 9 of us in total that are learning all things like marketing and brand integrity and everything for artistry in Canada, and just the ability for people to say they need help. I think that's huge, because I just think for a while we all just stoically do our best and throw it in the wind and hope for the best. But it seems like we're seeing that there needs to be more structure. There needs to be more opportunities for artists to learn. And I'm happy to be able to host that on my end, but I've also been a part of accelerators and learning opportunities for women in the music industry across Canada. And the things that I had no idea were available to us. Like, it's outrageous. So I think that things are really shifting where those opportunities are becoming more, brought to the surface, and there's more grant opportunities, there's more learning opportunities, mentorship, um, cohorts. Like, it's really cool. And because the States has such a huge pool of artists to choose from, like, you literally are a tiny fish in a massive pond. So to even qualify for those opportunities is just not really a thing. So yeah, it's really cool to be doing music like in 2025 in Canada, and just being able to have like a global showcase opportunity at the Junos is so cool. Not that I'm showcasing specifically, but it's just like to have your name on like a globally recognized stage is just like wild. So here's hoping that it continues to shift in the right direction and we can continue to grow as artists, especially in the Canadian Christian and gospel sector as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much again, Eleni, for doing this today, and congratulations again on the nomination. The Bay Fisher Center is holding an online auction to raise money in the hopes to hit their goal for a new van. Abby St. John has more.
I'm very happy to be joined here today by Kim Crockett from Beef Fisher. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hey, thanks so much, Abby.
Of course. Now, coming up next week, the Beef Fisher is holding a online auction from February 21st to March 1st. It's an exciting and unique way to raise money for the foundation, and with the goal of raising the money for a wheelchair accessible van for you guys. So first of all, can we talk a little bit about kind of where the idea for the online auction came from and how it will work?
Well, the auction idea itself, it started a few years ago. Uh, Kind of dates back even into the COVID years. We still use that term, I guess, a bit. And during that time, obviously, fundraising for not only Beef Fisher, but any nonprofit was a bit of a challenge in the absence of gatherings, anything of that nature. And we're trying to think of a way, okay, we still have some financial needs. How do we deal with this? And it was our foundation board, amazing group of people. And they landed on this idea. And so we did it for a couple of years. We took a break last year when we wrapped up our last of our New Year's Eve galas, and we thought this is a great time to bring it back. And our goal is to make it an annual event going forward.
That sounds wonderful. And having an online presence, especially as a foundation, is super
Mhm.
important. So having this as a way to raise money is amazing. Now, I mentioned that this is all in the goal of raising money for a wheelchair accessible van. So can you tell me a little bit about that van and why you are raising the money for it and the goal for it?
Sure. On any given week, Abby, probably over 100 individuals that Beef Fisher provides care services to need some sort of transportation assistance, whether it be a medical appointment, personal shopping, go visit friends, even going to work, or some sort of volunteer placement. They all need to get around, no different than you or I. But many of these individuals, they need a wheelchair to get around. And obviously, for that to happen, we need a vehicle that can accommodate that sort of equipment. We do have one in our fleet of vans that its life is pretty much over, and so that's what we're trying to raise funds to replace. The van itself, we were able to get one donated to us in 2018. It was a wonderful gift at that time, but the cost in the last 7 years has actually doubled now to $160,000 for that exact same van. And so we got to get pretty creative. How do we raise that kind of funding? And one of the fun things we have about the online auctions is the sort of thing where anybody can get involved, both from a donor perspective and if you just want to be the bidder, anybody can get involved with it.
Yes, that sounds wonderful. And like I said, online is such a huge, everybody's online these days. So, and you're on some form of social media as well. So it's great to kind of incorporate those fundraisers with something that, everybody is involved in and on online. Now, there's a couple things. The previewing of the items starts tomorrow, February 15th. But you also have to register for the auction as well. So tell me a little bit about the previewing and how people can actually register and how that part of the auction will work.
Sure. So once you go onto the auction website, and you'll find that literally just at bfisherauction.com. And if that's too much to remember, even just go bfisher, and there will be a link on there to take you to the auction website. But yeah, starting tomorrow, about a week. And during that time, it's a chance for people to get an idea what is actually on the auction site. And then also it's an opportunity just to register. And it's literally just recording who you are, an email address. We can contact you, especially if you're the winning bidder on an item. And that's about all there is to it. The preview period is also a great time for us to just an extra opportunity for us to acknowledge all of the amazing individuals and businesses that have donated to the auction. And you're going to see a write-up for everything that's been included on there. And there's an amazing array of things on there already. Everything like golf packages, camping equipment. Your parent organization, Stingray, they've included a $5,000 media package for a small business in town that needs some assistance getting their message out. So there's this great wide range of items and services on there. And that's what we want people to be able to get a good long chance to take a look at.
Yes, it certainly is amazing, especially when the community does come forward with those items. And like you said, not even just helping Be Fisher, but helping small businesses in and around the city. It's incredible. Now, if anybody sees this, any organization or business, or even just an individual, they see this and would like to donate items, how can they do that?
Sure. Simplest thing is give me a call at B. Fisher's admin office, and that number is 780-875-3633. And even though the preview period starts tomorrow, we know that there's still going to be a few last minute items trickling in, and that's just fine. We're good literally right up until next Thursday, the 20th of February. If we were still getting items that date, we can add them onto the site, and there's still lots of time for the public to take a bid on them in the following week.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining me. This auction sounds like it's going to be amazing and a great turnout. And it sounds already like there's a ton of great items. So thank you again for joining me. And I wish you the best of luck for the auction on February 21st.
Thanks so much, Abby. Always a pleasure to be here.
The Lloydminster Bobcats will once again be hosting their annual Pink in the Rink game. The game is a part of the Kindness Wins initiative from the Lloydminster Co-op. The Bobcats will be wearing special pink warm-up jerseys before the game.
This game's been going on for, I think, 6 or 7 years now. Obviously, one we circle on our calendar every year. And thanks to our great partners at Lloydminster Co-op that make this happen. But anybody wearing pink that night at the game will get in for free. Doesn't matter whether adult, senior, child, student. Everybody gets in for free when they wear pink.
The game will be on March 5th at the Centennial Civic Center at 7 p.m., where the Bobcats will take on the White Court Wolverines. A former Lloydminster Bobcats player is now a team member of the Ottawa Charge in the Professional Women's Hockey League. Emrance Maishmeyer and her team will be in Edmonton on Sunday for a PWHL takeover game against the Toronto Scepters at Rogers Place. Emrance's friends and family are also running a pop-up shop to sell her merchandise on Saturday. Stacey Comer has more.
I have a special guest today joining me on Primetime Local News. Many of you will recognize her from her time in Lloydminster, now in the Professional Women's Hockey League. Emrance Maishmeyer is joining me. Emrance, thanks for chatting with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's talk about you being in the Professional Women's Hockey League. A long way from Lloydminster, obviously, and you're playing with the Ottawa Charge. Tell me about how that's been.
Oh, it's been incredible. I mean, we've been wanting a professional league for so long, and last year was such a whirlwind, getting, the league off the ground and running. And it was so incredible. Everything was so new, but it's been amazing to have, now a team identity, Ottawa Charge, and to have our fan base now. And there's been so much growth in women's hockey. So we're just thrilled at where we're at. And it's been a blast.
Now you get to play, I guess we can call it a hometown game on Sunday in Edmonton. You guys are on the road. It's you taking on Toronto. So are you excited to be there? You got friends and family and a lot of people who know you will be in attendance?
Yeah, it's a road game, but it truly is a home game for me. And I'm ecstatic. When I found out that, I heard that there was going to be a takeover game in Edmonton, I was just crossing my fingers that Ottawa would be a part of it. And when I found out, I actually got chills. I'm so excited. I'm going to have a lot of family and friends there. I got asked the other day how many people. I was like, I actually have no idea. A lot. Yeah, I'm just thrilled. It's not often that you get to play in front of your, family and friends, and especially extended family who maybe don't travel out to watch hockey. And I'm excited for them to see our product on the ice as well.
And your family and friends are getting together, Emirates, and doing a pop-up shop to sell your merch on Saturday. I understand you won't be able to attend, but all your merch will be available there. It's at United Cycle from 10 to 5. So that's even exciting that people can come ahead of time and get your merch and then wear it to the game.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to be able to share my merch with, especially, Edmonton and area fans. So yeah, we'll have a pop-up shop at United Cycle. I'm gonna do my best to hopefully pop by. I'm just waiting on, a couple of things in our team's schedule, but I'm gonna try to find a way. But yeah, it's been such a joy to be able to connect with fans, through my merch. And I've gotten to share that a lot with my Ottawa fans here. So to be able to come home and have that connection with, kind of my home fans will be incredible. So I hope you stop by.
Well, you've had an exciting couple of years, Emirates, not only in the Professional Women Hockey League, but you are a first-time mom as well with your partner. And I believe your little boy is 5, 6 months old at this point, I think. How are you balancing all of that?
Yeah, he's just 5 months and a little bit. It's been an incredible journey. No one really tells you how motherhood really is, but it's so beautiful. It's so challenging. It's new. But it's just been such a joy. And I think that it's brought a lot of balance into my life. For me, it's always been hockey, 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 and it still very much is. But at the end of the day, like coming home to, his face, and he doesn't care what the score was or how I did. He's just happy to see his mom. So he honestly puts everything into perspective. And I've been finding that it's helped me stay in the moment with everything. Because when I'm at home, I have to be the best version, best mom that I can be. And when I'm at the rink, I'm the best pro athlete I can be. And so it helps me, kind of turn off my different parts of my life when I need to. And yeah, he's just been such a blessing.
Well, Emirates, we did mention earlier in the interview that you did play in Lloydminster for a little bit with the Bobcats. So what are your memories of playing here?
Yeah, that's a little while ago now. I think 2011, 12. Yeah, it seems like a lifetime ago, but I also remember it so clearly. It was a really cool opportunity for me to, play junior A hockey. And it was always a goal of mine to play junior A. I grew up playing guys hockey, and I had a couple of brothers that played junior A as well, and my brother Brock actually played in Lloydminster a couple seasons before I did, and so yeah, it was a really awesome opportunity for me to grow my game and to really challenge myself. But Lloyd's, obviously a big hockey city, so it was always fun to play in front of those fans, and I really enjoyed my time.
Well, Emirates, thank you for chatting with me this morning. I know there's quite a few people from this area heading to your game on Sunday at Rogers Place. And then also, as we mentioned, once again, the pop-up shop from 10 to 5 at United Cycle. That's the main United Cycle in Edmonton. Thanks, Emirates, for chatting with me, and good luck in the game. And thank you for so much for what you've done for promoting women's hockey and everything with the PWHL. You've been such a success. Congratulations on everything. And we really appreciate chatting with you today.
Thank you for the kind words. And I'm really excited to see everyone at the game. Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us. My name is Randy Cormish, and happy Valentine's Day.